in as much as we have favorable weather conditions, I so much as strongly believe that we have Oluwaferanmi Famawode. I'm a 23-year-old public speaker who is on a mission to positively brainwash young adults into believing in themselves and realizing that they can achieve anything. So I came up with something, and I really strongly believe that we as individuals need to really take cognizance of it now, which is seasons. I understand the seasons. I so much believe that we as individuals generally, we have, I'd say, 4 seasons in our life, right? So from the age of 0, I so much strongly believe that from the age of 0 to 19 is our leverage season, where we leverage. Then from 20 to 30 is our striving season. Then from 30 to 60 is our thriving season. And I believe that from 70 to death is harvest. It's harvest. So for example, now every child within the age of 0 to 19 is enjoying a leverage season. How that he or she have parents sorting out all bills, where you can always leverage on your parents, you can always depend on mommy or daddy to sort out every of your bills and everything that you actually need. Now, which is the first season. This is the first season of the life of everyone. Unfortunately though, unfortunately we have some children maybe that do not have this, but there's no how. It means the first season of the very first season in the life of every individual is the leverage season. Now, from 20 to 30, this is the most important, and shall I say, fortunately, unfortunately, it is the shortest and very important. So I forgot to say that this 0 to 19. Now, it is expected that every child at the age of 18 actually graduates from secondary school. So fortunately for every child that graduated from secondary school from the age of 18, or once you get it from secondary school, fortunately for you, your striving season should begin. Right? But let's say you graduate secondary from 18 and you push out for admission till 19. Oh, great. But once you are done with your secondary school, your striving season should begin. You should know. Now, from age 20 to 30, like I said this is the shortest and is the most important. Now, the striving season is when every one of us as young individuals want to discover purpose, want to begin to do quite a lot of things. I want to know how to do this, I want to learn this. This is when it is time for every young adult to begin to strive. When I mean strive, meaning you begin to work hard, diligently work, consistent at what you do, and be really determined at who you actually want to become. Because the striving season is very, very short and really important, because once you miss your striving season, that's like a displacement of life itself. Now, so why I mean by it is the shortest, because so let's say from the age of 20, you begin to strive from the age of 20 to at least let's say 25. It is expected that okay, you yourself, as if you're enjoying small fruit of your labor when you're already like 26, 27. But if you're not being able to really strive from 20 to 30, at least you should make sure that you make it here. You have something worthwhile that you've been able to build. So I want to believe that okay, I've also striving season and also building. Let me also call it a building season, where you need to build. Now, in your thriving season, when I want to get to 30 to 60, which is your thriving season, this is when you are not expected to now begin to enjoy what you have been able to build over time. Now, this is the season for it. Now, it is also expected that in your thriving season, you should know that once you get to the age of 30, I want to strongly believe that it is expected that quite a lot of persons already have a child. So once you are 30, you should begin to thrive, because there is a child from 0 to either 19, but let's say 0 to 5, that needs to enjoy your leverage season, that needs to enjoy his or her own leverage season. Because if you are striving and you have a child already in your leverage season, trust me, there's going to be frustration. Now, there's going to be frustration. You never allow the child number one to enjoy his or her leverage season very well. You yourself will not be able to really enjoy yourself, because in the season where you are meant to be striving, you're already taking on the responsibility as if you are thriving. So when you are thriving is when you now actually begin to get the fruit of you're going to get the result of what you've been able to build from 20 to 30. Now, I have an important advice. Do not thrive in a season when you are meant to strive, because you might actually regret it later. In a season where you are meant to strive, we are within the age from, let me say, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and so many things are not just looking at it yet. They are not looking at like it yet, but rather, do not give up. Just make sure that you keep building till you are done with your striving season, because you are in the season to actually strive. Now, when you are now at the age of 30 to 60, you should, if you have been able to build, whatever that you have been able to build here in your 20 to 30, that's what you'll be able to thrive on. If you don't have anything that you have been able to build, you have nothing to thrive on. Like, I so much believe that you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. So if you have nothing here, you will not thrive here. Like I said earlier, I said, do not strive in a season where you're meant to thrive, and do not thrive in a season where you're meant to strive. What if there's a displacement between your striving season and your thriving season? You will be frustrated. There's going to be frustration. There's really going to be frustration. So if you are within the age of 20 to 30, I'm going to really lay emphasis on 20 to 30. Right? Make sure that this season is for your striving, it's for building. Do not compare yourself with anybody. Do not compare yourself with, oh, somebody's making it so well. Because the truth is, somebody that you're comparing yourself to might be thriving in a season where he's meant to be striving, or might be thriving in a season where he's meant to be building. Right? So when you're in your 30 to 60, it's expected that you are already thriving. At least you are to an extent well-to-do. You can already have. You can, because your thriving season is when you have a newborn baby, that a child, a very pretty child, or a guy that actually does not know whether you are thriving or not striving. He or she just actually came into the world. But what you are meant to do is to make sure that the child enjoys his or her leverage season, because by that time you become a parent that is maybe paying rent. So that is 30 to 60. Now from 70 to death do every one of us part. It's our harvest season. Now, this is the period where we no longer have strength. I so much believe strongly that as we grow, our bones become stronger, but when it gets to a political point where it begins to become weak. Because what you can do when the race you can run when you're 20, you can't run it again when you are 70. So if there is a displacement in season, you will be frustrated even as an adult, in your old age. That's the reason why, one of the reasons why you see quite a lot of maybe old persons really working so hard, that's striving. Some of them are into block industry, into quite a lot of works that are really stressful. Even as much as they say that Baba is hardworking, the fact is that there is already a displacement in season. The man has not understood that. The man was not able to understand that in a season where he's meant to be striving, possibly maybe he was striving, maybe they follow girls, they follow whatever, but in a season where I'm laying emphasis on it again, that in a season where you are meant to be striving, please do not thrive. In a season when you are meant to be thriving, please do well to thrive well, because the future is not a miracle. The future, I'm so much believe that the future is not a miracle. The future is an harvest. Whatsoever thing that you continue to do daily, your daily contributions or your contribution to your daily activities is going to give you the result, or that will be what you're actually going to harvest later in the future. In conclusion, I really do hope that you've been able to learn and you're able to understand how that in the life of every individual, we have our leverage season where you can also see where you pregnancy season and your season where you actually begin to strive to become a better person, striving to make sure that you are building. Then your thriving season where you begin to enjoy all that you have been able to build in this season is this period, and taking cognizance of the fact that you are expected to have a baby enjoying his or her own leverage season. So like I said, if you are in this season and you are striving and you have a child where you are striving, you will be frustrated, right? So if you're a young adult in this season, 20 to 30, never compare yourself to anybody. Do not see yourself for now as being broke. Do not see yourself now as being foolish. Do not see yourself now as being a crazy person for not maybe having so much at hand. This is when we need you to have so much at hand. So this period, build so well and thrive in this season. And this season, harvest. This is when you begin to harvest all that you have been able to do in this season. you should not be found striving in this season. If you strive in the season where you are meant to thrive, you'll be frustrated. And if you strive in the season where you are meant to be harvesting, it is frustration that will kill you. And if you strive in the season where you are meant to be striving, that's a displacement of season. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you are blessed. See you, man.